Welcome to the 2021 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you so much for joining me on this Monday edition, July 12th, 2021. Hope everyone is getting off to a great start of the week. Today, we're going to be talking about two things briefly here, and that's going to be the global minimum tax proposed by U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen as part of a global overhaul to the agreement to the international tax rules, and also the growth of e-commerce even during these pandemic times. People are working from home now, but they're also doing e-commerce businesses on the side. And other countries in Europe and Asia are following suit and, in fact, leading the way in that arena. So that's encouraging signs that, what do you think about that digital revolution that we're seeing now? The Internet 3.0, the Internet of Things, automation, and e-commerce is going to be taking over. So let's get right into it, guys. Here we're going to be talking about here the 130 nations that agree to support U.S. proposal for the global minimum tax on corporations. Previously, we talked about yesterday how the corporations are merging, just like they did during the Great Depression, creating monopolies, mega monopolies that are circumventing the antitrust laws of the U.S. Government, and also when they created the Sherman antitrust laws back in 1920s, and also they created the Glass-Steagall Act for the banks and all of that. So now we have we have these giant mega corporations who basically can do what they want. Did you see Sir Richard Branson go to space yesterday? He made the first flight up in there, Virgin Atlantic. Briefly weightlessness, and he came back down. They can basically have so much money that they can basically do what they want. Now they're trying to even go to space and set up kingdoms in space so that they can control the land space, or however you want to call it, up there in Mars and other places of space, claim their stake outside of this Earth. So now we have Janet Yellen. She did not announce the actual rate at which the GMT would be set, but Biden administration is pushing for at least 15%. The bad news about it is that these corporations have already had low taxes and moved their jurisdictions over to like Cayman Islands and Bermuda and other Caribbean islands and other places, Switzerland and other places overseas, where the money is not taxed. So they've already had tax shelters. They're already sitting on $80 to $100 billion of cash reserves, in addition to the stimulus money that the government has gave a lot of the hospitality, retail sectors, city budgets, state budgets, transportation sector. So they're sitting on all of this stimulus money and cash reserves, and they're using part of it for stock buyback. So Secretary Janet Yellen was the same person saying that 2 days ago, just 4 days ago, last week, she was telling us that if we don't get another stimulus and the rent moratorium and mortgage moratorium doesn't extend past September, that we're heading toward, quote, economic disaster, economic chaos. Now she's saying, oh, well, we can just go and we want to go into this global consortium of 130 nations and tax the corporations 15% across the board. And this goes to show you that this economy, we're in this globalization economy ever since President Bill Clinton put us into NAFTA, North American Free Trade Agreement, and even before that, first Bush Sr. Agreed to get us into the New World Order and all that kind of stuff. Now, what that means is that we're going to be seeing a framework where digital taxes are going to be taking the place of multinational corporations. And so regardless of where they're headquartered, they're going to have to pay 15% tax. And this is also going to extend to the internet tax as well that's going to be coming. Europe has already started the internet tax. Let me know what you think about that. I mean, I feel like Comcast, Xfinity, Verizon, Fios, and other internet service providers, HughesNet, and other digital dish network providers, they're already charging too much as it is. The average cable bill is around $150 upwards of, some people are paying upwards of $300 a cable bill, depending on how many TV sets they have, TV boxes they have, and routers. You can be paying upwards of almost $200 to $300 in a cable and internet bundle bill. And so this will increase that, because now companies are saying, look, we're going to get taxes on top of that, because now you know that Biden's planning on extending the internet to rural communities in the next 5 years. And so through satellite link and all that, so that bandwidth, they're going to actually charge you even more so for that bandwidth. And then the second news is that U.S. e-commerce grows 44% in 2020. It's continuing to grow. In the next 5 years, e-commerce is going, and that's no surprise, because Amazon has accounted for nearly a third of all e-commerce in the United States, maybe even more than that. but consumers spent over $861 billion online with merchants. And you can see it every day. You look in your apartment complexes, you look in your townhouses, in your houses, you see, what do you see? You see an Amazon Prime truck, and somewhere in your neighborhood, there's an Amazon Prime truck delivering every single day, every single hour of the day. And also, food services, DoorDash, Grubhub, Amazon Prime grocery service, all kinds of deliveries have been going on. And they're actually contracted out with the U.S. Postal Service to deliver on Saturdays, Sundays. They're working every day of the week. You see somebody, contracting, the driving Penske and U-Haul vans full of mail packages delivering stuff. Isn't that crazy? I'm sure you've seen that too as well. So retail sales, online e-commerce is going to continue to grow. As you can see the chart here, it went from 523 billion in 2018 up to 861 billion. This year is projected to be over almost $1 trillion of online retail service sales. And this is going to continue even during the pandemic here. And so my question to you is that, would you be comfortable paying an internet tax online for the stuff that you buy on Amazon, the stuff that you buy on eBay, your gold and silver that you buy online? All kinds of purchases are going to be taxed online and even going to make your internet bill higher. Would you be comfortable with that as a consumer? Because the government now sees that the internet is where the money is at, as far as advertising, as far as retail sales. And Amazon is the #1 online retailer in North America by a large margin. And the same has happened already. They're just catching up to what's happening in China. As you know, Alibaba was a top online retailer, along with Zappos, Suze, but along with other companies that were there too as well. And so Walmart, Best Buy, and Target, Kroger, they're all catching up. As you know, that Walmart and Best Buy and Target, when you go to these places, and even the grocery stores, they're converting like a couple of their parking spaces to online pickup. They've been had that, like Walmart only, so this is the future. This is where it's going. You can see the top companies here, Apple, Dell. And so this is what we'll have to look forward to as consumers. It's good and it's bad. Too much of a good thing is bad. I just hope that I still want to go and be able to feel something, touch something, try it on. But at the same time, the online is great because I don't have to deal with the lines. I can order something that I don't have to search for it in Home Depot or Lowe's or any of these stores. I can just get it because Amazon has it on there, and they'll deliver it to you in 2 to 5 days, depending on if you have Prime or not. And it's just quicker, it's more convenient, and it's even safer because you don't risk your life sometimes with this sickness or even getting shot. Somebody just opened fire in one of these stores for no reason, because they're disgruntled or supposedly mental health or whatever. You just don't want to put yourself in that situation where you may have to be, getting harm's way. So that's one thing that's good about these online retailers. Bad news is they're taking away jobs from all of the other small businesses that we love and we come to adore these last 20 years or so, 25 years. And that's the bad news. And they're not bringing a lot of jobs, and they can work you for whatever wage that they want. That's the bad news. And they can work you for however long they want because they say they know they have the upper hand because these big companies say, well, if you don't want to work, there's tons of people who want the job, or if we can just replace you with robots. And that's what they're doing. They said, we got automation. And that's the thing. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Please have a great day, guys. Monday, and I'll talk to you very soon here shortly. Thank you very much for listening.